Happy Valley race on Wednesday night. This is the race by race preview. Paul Lally is here. We'll have the selections for all of the 9 races, and the first gets underway at 6:40. It's a Class 4 to kick us off this week over the 1650. Prestige Good placed course and distance last time. Capital Legend, a winner in Class 4 recently. That was one of the last times he was in Class 4 despite that start at Shah 10 on the downgrade last time. Highland Rahi an extra £6 for his previous start win. Celestial Harmony second go 1650. Joyous Lily wears a hood once again. Viva Chaleur has the pacifiers with the cows off, and Gallant Crown is a 5-time course and distance winner who's drawn out in 12, Paul, and he might have to do it a bit tough.
Yeah, he might just have to work to get across from that wide draw. Wame Waiwai, he's led just about every run this season. He likes to go forward. Highland Rahi led last start when he won, but I don't think he'll want to get into a speed battle. Harmony Galaxy can be a lot closer with a better draw. Celestial Harmony, USS Constitution, midfield with Midori Fuji. Back to Capital Legend, I think from his draw, he's drawn barrier 11. He's going to have to go back.
Winning form to start us off. It's Highland Rahi over the 1650 at Happy Valley last time. Celestial Harmony 9th. Took him 13 starts to win his first race, Highland Rahi, but he's got the draw again to produce something.
He was left alone in front here. I can't see that happening in this race with a bit of pace from Wame Waiwai. So I just think he'll take on Highland Rahi, which could sort of ruin his chances a little bit. Look, he's been a consistent horse. I've got him in, but just on a very minor line.
We're going back to 2024 for this replay, 30th of October in fact, because this is Capital Legend's last run in Class 4 at Happy Valley, and he was a winner.
Yeah, he's raced on a short backup and won well on the pass. He's got to carry 134 here from barrier 11. So, yeah, look, I'm not going to put him in, but I am going to put the other one in, Harmony Galaxy, out of this race. He's run third off 58, and he's drawn a lot better, and this is what he can do with a better draw. So I think he's a better prospect than the other one.
OK, so we've seen him plenty of times since then, Harmony Galaxy, as we have Charming Legend, but most of them in Class 3. Wame Waiwai leading and fading for 7th, and Prestige Good running 3rd. This was his best performance. He had trialled well leading into this race. Yeah,
look, I'm going to put Prestige Good on in. He's arrived on a 64 rating. This was his first start in this grade, and he did run 3rd behind Sky Vino, and Sky Vino's gone on and run well in the past. Wame Waiwai I didn't put in because I am worried about him with Highland Rahi in the race.
So where does Prestige Good fit in the top 4?
He's in on a minor line. He actually goes in for 3rd, Prestige Good. I'm going to go with Harmony Galaxy, though, with that better draw. He's been placed off a lot higher rating in the past. Midori Fuji goes in there for 2nd. He's been very consistent since he's got to Happy Valley. He's had 2 runs here for a 5th and 4th, and he was just beaten for 4th at his last start. It was a good run from him. Then Prestige Good and Highland Rahi. 5-4-1-3.
That is the preview for the first of 9 on the C+3 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Race number 2 is the Nigata Handicap on JRA race night at the Valley. It's a Class 5 over the 1200. Lucky Generations on the class drop. Sweet Diamond crossover noseband goes on. Blinkers again, tongue tie off. Golden Darcy's now with Douglas White. Blinkers have been removed. Wider draw for Talon Supremo. Eversmart from the 1000 to the 1200 metres. Better from Hoss last time, and Wind Speeder's on a 7-day backup. He's drawn in barrier number 1. He won't lead Wind Speeder, Paul. He normally runs on, but who will find the top?
Sweet Diamond, he likes to lead. He's drawn 7. I think he can get across here without too many issues with blinkers back on. Island Golden can be a lot closer from inside draw. He's drawn 2. Ragnar led last start, but did fade out a little bit, so I think they'll probably want to take some cover. Speedy Smarty's been going forward, but he's got a wide draw. Wood Fire Champ, another one with a wide draw that likes to go forward. Hoss likes to go back, and Golden Darcy, I think, will go back from 12.
We'll talk more about Golden Darcy shortly, but we're going firstly to a replay featuring Eversmart running 3rd and Wind Speeder running on for 4th. The step up in trip good for Eversmart?
I think it is. Like, he has been placed over this trip before. He's run 3rd off a 40 rating. He's now rated 35, stepping up to 1200 metres. Looks good. He's been placed 3 times here at Happy Valley, and 2 of those have been over this course and distance. So I think stepping up in trip looks good for him.
That's a good report for Eversmart. Second replay is Hoss, who'd been horribly out of form, but he has been better at his last couple. He's come from near enough to last turning for home here. Winning Heart 5th has been consistent enough in Class 5 around the Valley, and Talent Supremo has that draw of 10.
His last win was off 67. He's 33 rated. He's coming back to some form here with this run here when he did finish off strongly for second. He's an older horse now, so you've got to take that into account as well. I don't want to completely leave him out, so I wanted to keep him a bit safe, this horse.
He's had a few homes, has Hoss. Across we go to Shah 10, and Speedy Smarty runs third here. Winning Heart races wide and finishes 11th. You've had Speedy Smarty in the selections at numerous times throughout his career. Does he figure this week?
No, not from barrier 8. I just think there's too much pace underneath him, so he doesn't go in. But I am going to put the other one in, Winning Heart. Coming back to Happy Valley, I think is a good thing for him. And he is a Class 4 winner in the past, Winning Heart. He's drawn better in barrier number 6. The draw put me off Speedy Smarty. He's plummeting down the ratings now. He's down to this rating of 33. He did win off 52, so he has been capable, but look, I just think he's not racing well at the moment.
And the newcomer to the Douglas White stable, this is his last run at Golden Darcy at Shah 10. He has had one trial. It was pretty impressive on the all-weather. He ran 5th in it, did his best work late in that. He's come up with 12. Jimmy Orman's going to take the ride.
He'll have to go back, but look, he's coming into Class 5, this horse. This is his first time in Class 5. He did arrive on a rating of 66. Douglas hasn't had this horse for long. I think he'll go back. He'll be running on. Could be one they've been waiting for to get down into this class. The blinkers go off him as well. So he might sneak in at a price, this horse, Golden Darcy. All
right, that's his Gunner Epoch, who stole it from the front that day, and he kept on well up in Class 4. Are you going to put him on top?
I am. He's a full brother to a Derby winner here in Hong Kong, and Sky Darcy. So Golden Darcy will go in on top, coming down into this grade. Should be a price. Ever Smart in there for second. Hoss and Winning Heart, third and fourth. 3798.
And that is the preview for race number 2, the first of the Class 5s on Wednesday night. There's an early Class 3 on Wednesday night. It's the third race, and it's a 2,200 metre marathon with Money Catcher having his first go at the trip. Senor Toba's won each side of this distance, 2,000 and 2,400 metres. Mondial has his first look at Happy Valley. He's trialled well at the circuit. Megaforce has the hood going on. All Cash, 7-day backup. Charity Gain third, the only time over 2,200, and he did it tough. Jumbo Legend is minus the hood. It is Money Catcher leading here, Paul.
Yeah, look, they're not going to go quick, I wouldn't have thought. All Cash might be put a bit of pressure on him. Megaforce is bred for this longer trip, as is Agenda. So their possibility of putting a bit of pressure on Money Catcher, Sharp and Bright, Jumbo Legend, back to Fallon, Senor Toba, Charity Gain, and Mondial's been going back in his races. Barrier 10 for him.
Fallon has been racing well at Happy Valley. He was a winner 2 starts ago and then carried quite a bit extra weight in this placing, over 1,800 last time. Ben Thompson rides again for Tony Cruz. He's unknown when it comes to 2,200.
Yeah, look, but the way he runs on, you'd think it'd be okay for him. The horse is by Galileo Gold. Look, they walked in this race. And these two horses in front absolutely got away with murder. Beauty Alliance went on and won it. Good run from Fallon, good run from Charity Gain, both coming back. And the other one down the bottom as well, the Jumbo Legend. All three of them are chances in this race because of the way that race was run.
OK, that's a good report for that replay. Second one is Sharp and Bright running third and Agenda 10th. Agenda would need to lift. He's only been here for 2 starts, but has been down the track in both of them. Sharp and Bright's normally pretty consistent.
Yeah, look, as you look at his form figures, first, fourth, second, third, all in single figures, always well backed is Sharp and Bright. Got out and 2,200 looks good for him as well. So he's a consistent horse without sort of winning, you know, his winning stats may be a little bit to be desired, but his placing stats are very good. So he's one you can always put in.
Now, Mondial's actually raced since this trial, Paul, but this is at Happy Valley and how he did handle the Valley this morning. He runs second in the trial. It was over 1,700 metres to a horse called Winning Wing, who's been beaten at a short price since.
He has. He's finished last and third last in his 2 starts. South African import, this horse, so happy to watch him coming here. The other one, Megaforce, he was under a lot of pressure out the back, so I can't have either one of these two.
We'll send that trial to the cutting room floor then and leave that where it is. And who do you like in the third?
Charity Gain and Fallon coming on that same race because look, neither of the horses had the race run to suit. and they both finished off strongly. So 8 and 5, Sharp and Bright's consistent. I'm going to put the old boy in, Senior Toba. He's a 7-year-old now. He's getting down to a rating where he should be able to perform. He's been way up in the ratings, and he's now down to this rating as 82. So 8, 5, 9 and 2.
And that is the preview for the third race at Happy Valley. It's the first leg of the Early Treble. And the fourth race now at the Valley, and this is a Class 4 over the 1,200 metres. Everstars on a 7-day backup. Wider draw for Swagger Bro, but he's won a trial since his last start. Flying Rote has run first and second over the 1,200 metres. They've been his best performances in 8 starts to date. Happy Trio's a 4-time course and distance winner. Groovy Feeling has the blinkers going on. Happy Shooter makes his Happy Valley debut, and Inno Century comes in to replace Colonel. He'll draw barrier number 2, and Andrea Atzani takes the ride.
Yeah, look, Nebraskan with blinkers on last time went forward from a wide draw from barrier 6. I think they can be positive and get to the front here. Inno Century comes into the race. He's got a little bit of pace, as has Rewarding Twinkle. Flying Rote, he went forward and led last start. He'll try and get outside the leader from barrier 12. I think he'll eventually get there. Groovy Feeling should get his opportunity with Kaiying Power. The first starter, Metal King. He's only a little horse here, 971 pounds about him. Swagger Bro might have to go further back than he was last start.
Here is Nebraskan running second at his most recent outing at Happy Valley, beaten by a very well-rated downgrader this night in Find My Love. He is, however, Paul, still a 15-start maiden. Could this be the week he breaks through?
It could well be. He's had a couple of seconds here, and this was the first time with blinkers on. They seem to really sharpen him up. And he stretched it well. He was really unlucky here last season as well not to win Nebraskan. So I think he's a chance, and I do like Find My Love later in the card. So look, I quite like him in this.
And that's our first replay. The second one is Flying Rote, running second last start. This race won by Ace Power. He had barrier 1 this night, so he's getting a beautiful trip on the trail. Unfortunately, he's drawn barrier 12 this week.
I thought he'd be a price in this race, but it's absolutely punted on the night. And look, he looked the winner about here, and it was just nabbed late. He's got to do it from 12 this time. He had barrier 1 this night, so he's going to find it a little bit more tricky. But look, I'll still put him in, but just again a minor line now for him.
Happy Trio, he loves the 1,200 at Happy Valley. He was a winner 2 starts ago and backed it up carrying extra weight this evening behind Super 60.
Again, barrier 11 for him, so he's going to have to go all the way back. He'll need a bit of pace in the race, but he could get it. With Flying Road and Nebraskan in there. So if he does get the race run to suit, he can be running on strongly once again. It was a bit of a bunch finish here, and Super 60 didn't go on with it last time, did he?
No, he did not. So that's the look at those ones. One more to see it. Swagger Bro running third. He beat Inno Century, who's now an opponent coming into this field for Colonel in a recent trial. He comes up with barrier number 9, so a wider draw than what he did when placing behind Dragon 4Cs here.
Look, he had every chance in this race from an inside draw. He's got to do it from barrier 9. And saying that, he seems to be getting there. He's another one that arrived on a lot higher rating. He arrived on 64. He's down to 58. This will be his second start in Class 4. So, again, another one that goes in on a minor line.
Is it Nebraskan?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nebraskan. I think he can break through here at start 16, so he's on top to beat. Now, one we haven't talked about is Groovy Feeling. He's only had the 2 starts, both at Sharts in, but has trialled well at Happy Valley in the past, and he's drawn barrier 5 with blinkers on for the first time. So a lot of positives around the 6. Then the 2, Swagger Bro and Flying Road, 8, 6, 2, 4.
That's the fourth. It's also the first leg of the 6 Up. Happy Valley feature race is the 5th, the running of the Japan Racing Association Trophy over the 1,000 metres. We've got Colourful Prince resuming. He was scratched on the 24th of October with a lame left 4. Heroic Master on the class drop. Happy United pacifiers off. Blinkers go back on. All's well. Sunny Galaxy both make their race night debuts. E-Universe has run 4th at his first 2 starts for the new barn. Crystal Powerful last start winner comes up in grade, and Decree Lot has no blinkers in the 5th as Colourful Prince and Sunny Galaxy are joint leaders here, Paul.
Yeah, Sunny Galaxy won a recent trial, being pushed out, so I think with his early speed he can go forward. Colourful Prince has gone forward many times in the past. He didn't last start, but from barrier number 4 I think they'll be positive. He's fresh into this race as well. He did sit midfield in a recent trial. Plentiful races so much better when he doesn't lead. Crystal Powerful went forward last time. E-Universe likes to lead, but he's got barrier number 12. He might do it tough.
We have an interview for the 5th with the last start winner. It's Crystal Powerful, and Nick spoke to his rider, Andrea Rizzani.
Andrea, you've got Crystal Powerful coming up in race 5 on Wednesday night. A horse you know quite well. You've won him 3 times now, and well, last time out he looked as impressive as he always has done when winning.
Yeah, no, he's been unlucky with draws, and he's a horse that if he gets a draw, he's very competitive. And obviously Cody decided to drop him back to 1,000 metres, which I thought it was a good idea because he's shown a lot more speed this year than he did last year. He's been coming out the gates a lot quicker, and over 1,200 we just kept taking him back and trying to get him in behind, and anyway, dropping back to 1,000 with a good draw. He jumped quick, very good pitch, and he won quite nicely. So he's back up to Class 4 again, which he won last year, and he's got another good draw, which I think is the key to him.
Yeah, it seems 1,000 and the 12 come sort of alike for him. You mentioned the draw, Gate 2. Obviously, they've dealt you a kind service there as well. I mean, that should certainly suit you there, shouldn't it? For
sure. Listen, he's obviously up in class, so I think he needs everything to go right for him. And I was hoping for a good draw, and we got the draw. So hopefully, if he gets some luck in running, I think he should be with that weight, he should be competitive again.
And I guess just judged on what he did last time, he looked strong to the line, didn't he? And I know he's up in the weights, he's gone up 6 pounds, but sort of if he was able to replicate that performance, I mean, with the lightweight, he's got to be a leading hope here, hasn't he?
Yeah, for sure. He, like I said, he's got quicker, but he's one over 1,200, so he gets the trip very well. And yeah, no, he was like I said, with the draw and you know the way the horse is going at the moment, I think he should. He won at this level before, so he's not out of it.
Yeah, he looks nice. So talking of getting the trip, you're off to Sydney, aren't you, at the weekend, riding at Almabir for William Haggis. How did that come about? You must be looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, obviously, actually, William approached me a little while ago, said there was a chance Almabir was going to run in the Doncaster Mile, and he asked me if I was happy to go and ride him, and obviously I said yes. And he had a sort of prep race the other day. He didn't run that well, but you know, it looks like they've got a lot of rain. He's a horse that he's won on very testing ground back in UK, and I actually rode him in the Lincoln a few years ago, and he was very for the Lincoln. And so listen, it looks like an open race, and with a lightweight, hopefully should be competitive.
There is Andrea Paul, heroic master, pardon me, hasn't won for quite some time. He's into Class 4 for the first time ever. Negative, he's got a bad draw. Zach's on board, but is he one of the better rated horses on the meeting?
Yeah, definitely. As you say, he hasn't won for a long time, and as such, he's down here into Class 4. Always runs on strongly. Another one that will need pace on, but should get it. Look, yeah, he goes in the numbers. 135 of barrier 10 is the negative, I suppose. But look, he's more than capable on his day. So I'm not going to put him on top, but I'm definitely going to put him in.
He's in the mix. We'll move on to our next replay, which features Plentiful running 5th and Country Dancer. He's been running on really well from the back and holding his form, and Plentiful, he draws barrier number 1, so a chance for him to return to the winners list.
He went really wide on the turn here, Plentiful, and as such, he it sort of lost him his chance, I thought, because the Parents' Love there was off and gone at this stage, and the other ones that they managed to collar him late, but Plentiful, we can see him, he wasn't too far away there in 5th, so I do like him in this race.
That is Plentiful. That's some race day form. Now, Colourful Prince at the trials. He's had 3 trials since we last saw him. And All's Well, a newcomer, 3 trials. This one obviously at Happy Valley. He also ran 3rd behind Super Strong Kid, who's shown he's well above average, beaten 3 lengths Chungfar in the trial prior to this one.
Yeah, he's trialled quite nicely, this horse, and look, he's had the 3 of them. He's this is the Happy Valley one. He's 1,077 pounds. Tongue tie hood goes on for his debut, and look, he was in front just past the post here. You can see him going on with it too. So a nice trial from this horse. I will include him. Again, not on top, but I'll put him in the numbers.
All right, who is on top?
Going to go with the 8 here on top. I do like this horse, which is Plentiful from barrier number 1. I think he's just going to get that perfect run in behind. All's Well, the first starter, heroic master. And I'll put Country Dancer in. He's a 2-time Class 5 winner, but he has looked good here in Class 4 on a minor line anyway. 8, 6, 2, 10.
And that is race number 5, the first leg of the Triple Trio. And And race number 6 now. This the running of the Chukyo handicap over the 1650. We have Viva Graciousness, who placed with big weight last time, course and distance, but he's drawn out in 10. Foremost Titty comes in to replace the 2, Comet Splendido. Smart Fighter only lightly tried at 1650, as opposed to Red Majesty, who's won 9 times course and distance. Top time goes up in trip. Amazing Award. Cheek pieces off. Blinkers go back on. Santorini has the blinkers off and the visor for the first time. And Soaring Bronco is a last start winner, but he's coming back up in grade, and it's the old boy leading here, Paul.
Barrier 1, I think he'll just go straight to the front. Santorini can lead. He likes to go forward as well. Viva Graciousness, he's got that big weight and a wide draw, but it does go forward in his races. Smart Fighter has drawn even wider in Barrier 12, so he might have to work a bit. Foremost Teddy comes into the race. Top time, I think he'll get his opportunity up and trip. Courier Magic and Soaring Bronco, just with that tricky draw, might just have to slot in there midfield.
Viva Graciousness is the one of 2 horses in this first replay. From 6 goes course and distance. He's only missed top 3 once. Zach Purton takes the ride. An Amazing Award. He has won over the 1650. That was 3 starts ago.
Yeah, look, both these horses will go in the numbers. There's that gear change for Amazing Award with the cheek pieces coming off. You can see him wearing them there and the blinkers going on. Viva Graciousness, look, he's got to carry the big weight and the wide draw, but I'm still going to put him in because, as you say, there is a lot of consistency over this course and distance.
And there is Top Time you've been with pretty much right throughout his short career. He's up to start 6th, this over 1,400 metres at Sha Tin last time. Do you like the fact it's 1650 for him this week?
I do, yeah. He's by time test this horse, and they do like a bit of distance. This is 1,400 metres. He was held up in a slowly run race. Once he got into the clear, he finished off. He's only a 3-year-old. He's got a really good turn of foot. We saw that when he ran second to Circuit Duffy here in Sha Tin over 1,200. So I think the 1650 would be ideal.
Courier Magic has placed his last 2. Draws nicely in 2 also. Loves the 1650 and gets in with a pretty light weight here also.
Yeah, so he'll go in as well into the numbers. He's, as you say, he's had a couple of starts now for the new stable. Manfred Mann has now got him. Lightweight, he's 1 of 41. He's really similar to that rating now at 43. So he is more than capable, and both runs have been good in recent times. So he'll go in the numbers.
He's in the numbers too. What about Soaring Bronco? Is he going in the numbers? It took him a long time to win his first race. Brenton Avdallah managed to get the honours and get him home in Class 5 last time. He'd taken a lot of money with him prior to this.
14 starts in the class for nothing. He's coming to Happy Valley for the first time. So, I mean, that's a little query. Maybe this is his course. You know, the London buses, they come in 3s. Maybe this is his win, but he can do it without me.
Thought you were going to say 14 starts for nothing and stop. Thought that was going to be it. But,
no. Look, to be fair to the horse, he had been placed a lot of times, but he'd taken so much money with him, and he finally got the right run. Everything went perfect for him, and he won there. From Barrier 9, I'm just not so sure in this one.
All right, he's not in, but most of the others in the replays were.
They were. You can have those ones. Top time. He's only a 3-year-old, so he's entitled to improve. And up to 1650 for the first time. Viva Graciousness, a couple of things against him, the weight and the draw. Courier Magic, an Amazing Award with that gear change, 7-1-12-8.
A good chance for Keegan DeMello and Chris So with Top Time on top for Paul in race number 6. Race number 7, it's a Class 4 and it's over the 1,200 metres. Dragon 4 Seas, a 1.4 winner last time. Moto Man's placed his last 3. Prime Mortar's a 3-time winner over the 1,200. Mega bonus, he can up that. He's a 5-time winner, course and distance. Star Bros on debut, 5 trials. Accolade start, blinkers come off. And Shinkansen has the hood coming off him. He's back to Happy Valley after a couple of runs at Sha Tin. Noted leader here, Paul. Mega bonus.
Yeah, Barrier 1, straight to the front. Catch me if you can. Happy Park's another leader, but he's drawn 2. He can just sit in behind. New Power likes to go forward. Motor Man likes to go forward, but drawn wide. Dragon 4 Seas will try and slot in just behind it. Now, he led all the way last time, but he got it pretty easy in front. He was the only leader. That's not the case in this race. Shotgun comes into the race. Sebby Twinkle, he actually led in a couple of his early starts, but has been going back.
Interview time. It's Nick with Jimmy Orman, and Jimmy's on board Moto Man.
Jimmy, Motorman is one of your rides on Wednesday night. You rode him last time. It was a fair effort, I thought, from this horse last time. Pretty gallant too in defeat.
All his runs have been great. He's always around the mark, so just drawn a little bit tricky. That's my only worry. C+3 course, but I think if we can get the right run, he's definitely in with a great chance. Like you said, he ran well the other day. He drew 6 the other day and got a nice run, sort of third pair, one off the fence. He loomed as the winner, and just weakened out that last little bit, but he's just got that short sprint, so we've just got to time our run right.
He's the epitome, isn't he, of that sort of honest, Happy Valley horse. Sort of turns up every Wednesday night almost, runs his race, and you can sort of rely on him a bit, can't you?
Yeah, you can, so just got to go 2 better, that's all.
You do indeed. He stays off the same mark of 58, so the handicap hasn't adjusted him in any way, so you'd certainly think he could be competitive there again off that mark.
Definitely, and like I said, on his last run, he's definitely competitive, so like you say, we just got to get that right run from that tricky barrier. Happy Valley, they're going to go quick over that 1200 metre course, so I think it should set up for something coming over the top, but it's just if we can get that right run from that tricky gate. But yeah, if I can slot him in sort of 3rd or 4th pair early, then I'll be wrapped with that, and I'll just present him at the right time, and hopefully he's too good.
That is Jimmy Orman talking Moto Man. Paul Dragon 4Cs winning last time. The 1.4 looked a bit shaky at the 200 metres in this race, but he managed to kick again and score. But as you said in the speed map, he got a perfect run in front this night.
He was entitled to win here. He should have won by a lot more, I thought. Dragon 4Cs. Look, he's been in good form. He's won 2 of his last 4, including this one. But you wouldn't want this race over if you did take the 1.4. He'll go in, but just on a very minor line. I don't think he'll repeat it.
Prime Mortar and Mega Bonus, the last 2 we need to see. Prime Mortar running second last time behind Golden Rise. He finished down the track after a tough trip 2 starts ago, but either side of that tough run, he's run second.
He has. I do like the leader in this race, though, Mega Bonus, especially on this C+3 course. Look, he was still in front here. He was only caught really late. His last one was off 60. He's now down to a rating of 53, and he's drawn a barrier number 1. It just looks an ideal race for him.
So there you go, straight off that replay, straight onto the rail, straight to the front and straight home to win.
Well, he's going to be out of trouble. That's one of the things for Mega Bonus, and he's an uncomplicated horse. Could be a nice win for Richard Kingscote before he leaves. Happy Park will get that perfect trail in behind it. So I've got a lead trail scenario in this race. I thought New Power will be right on the pace and Dragon 4Cs behind him. So I've gone with the front runners in this. 5, 4, 9, 1.
A pace-orientated first leg of the late treble for Paul, race number 7. Race number 8, the Tokyo Handicap, and the second last is over the 1650 M Unicorn last start. Winner carries an extra £6. Definitive back from the 2,000 metres. Lean Hero races well second up. Chain of Gold has the crossover noseband going on. Ivy League, One Eye Blinker, crossover noseband off. Shadow Roll again. Mighty Commander is not wearing a hood. So just a field of 11 here, Paul, led by Definitive.
Should be a good pace in this race, though, because Definitive likes to lead. Ivy League likes to go forward. Divas 12 led last start. Lavero drawn wide, might have to work from that wide draw, but he could eventually get outside Definitive. Mighty Commander, Hammer On. Lean Hero, Aestheticism. We've got Chain of Gold coming back to Happy Valley. M Unicorn, just with all that pace in front, it might be just a little bit further back than you'd like. And A America to spec, so he goes back.
M Unicorn is the focus of our interview. Nick spoke to his pilot, Hugh Bowman.
Hugh Bowman, M Unicorn is your ride in race 8 coming up on Wednesday night, and it was a pretty stylish win last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He won with authority. It was a funny race. It didn't go particularly hard early. Obviously, I made the mid-race move, which I was able to do without sort of getting to top gear, but he sustained a strong gallop through the line, which was encouraging. I mean, his form has been consistently good, but he's just difficult at the beginning of the race. He jumps okay, but he just won't find a position. So even when he draws well, you don't get that advantage with him. But if I can get a clean break with him and try and hold a more forward position, it would be an advantage. But he's a bit difficult.
You mentioned that move, of course. Looking back on it, it was obviously the move that potentially won the race. I guess when you've got a horse that's in form and you can have the confidence in him to make those sort of moves, obviously always a plus point, I suppose.
Well, I hadn't spent any energy in the early stages for the reasons I just mentioned, and then I felt the pace was, you know, I thought if I wait for the pace to increase, there's no way I could possibly catch them, and I was able to move around the field before the tempo picked up. So that was where the advantage was gained, and like I said, he sustained a strong gallop to the line, and he's in good form.
Remains in Class 3. They put him up to 80, which is a career high. Obviously, does get tougher, but you'd be confident in another bold show?
I think he's capable of carrying the top weight in this class. He's a big, strong horse, and you know, it's sort of the weight's not his anchor. It's more there's other circumstances that sort of handicap him a bit, and they tend to come of his own accord. But he's certainly got the talent and the strength to carry the weight if everything goes his way.
Certainly has, yeah. 5-time course winner. Just finally, I must ask you about Helios Express. Another good effort from him there on the weekend. You must be getting sick of the sight of that horse of David Hayes', aren't you?
Oh, look, you know, it's always great to see a good galloper, and you know, it's a shame for Helios Express that he's come across such a tough competitor. But all due respect to the winner, he's an outstanding galloper, and you know, I'd rather be sort of in front of him than behind him, but it is what it is, and Helios can only do his job, and I thought he was really fantastic again. You know, he continues to develop as a horse. I think he appreciated that little bit of moisture in the ground. I thought his action extended a bit better than maybe last time. So, you know, he continues to do his job, and that's all we can ask.
And just finally, Hugh, you're back off to the motherland on the weekend, so that's exciting. A little trip home, some nice rides?
Well, I'll go and ride Rivellino again, who I rode in the Golden Slipper, and you know, I thought he could have won the race if things worked out a little differently, but take nothing away, it's not like he's a good thing beaten, but I think he's certainly more suited at Randwick and to the 1400 metres, so you know, it'd be a significant victory for him if he could win the size produce.
That is a Hugh there. As we move on, Paul, to M Unicorn as well. This is a second, a couple of starts ago. Aestheticism's in this race. Ivy League's hit and miss, and Diva's 12 at this stage has better form in Class 4.
Yeah, he does. So we'll wait till he gets back down into that grade. And maybe at Sharton as well. He's been consistent at Sharton. M Unicorn, he's going to have to get back, and this is what he can do. He did finish off here for second, Aestheticism. But again, it was a bunch field, so I'm not sure exactly what this form's going to look like.
We'll move on then to Definitive. This is 2 starts ago for Definitive because he has run at Shartin since then. He runs second behind an informed Soleil Fighter. Ivy League and Leviro also come out of this race.
Yeah, and look, he was in front of both those two. So from his draw, I think he can get across and beat them to the rail. Definitive, if he can set it up in front. He looked gone here. You'd say he's going to run 5th or 6th, but he really fought. This horse, he did win at big odds, but since then he's really found form since he stepped up in trip, and he really fights. I like the way this horse fights, and you can see him really stretching his neck out there for second. So it was no match for Soleil Fighter, who was in fantastic form, but look, I think he was best of the rest.
It's a good push for Definitive. And what about Lean Hero? This was first up for quite some time, and he was good enough to place in it. Second up record also reads well.
He's at a 67 rating. Now, his win was 65, his last win. He's another horse that loves the 1650 here at Happy Valley. He's a 3-time winner from his 10 starts. He has won second up in the past and been placed. So after this long break, as long as he doesn't bounce, and history suggests that he hasn't in the past, then he's a good chance. I'm going to put him in as well.
But you gave Definitive a really nice push there.
Yeah, I like him. I'm going to go with him, especially from the front on the C+3. If he gets a chance to dictate, then I think he can win. Chain of Gold, look, he's run second of 69. He's down to the 66 rating. Cross noseband back on him. Back to Happy Valley. His last 3 runs have been at Sharton, and they've all been pretty good, I thought. Over 1400, so 1650 back here. He's a course and distance winner. He's had 4 placings as well. Lean Hero, and then M Unicorn with the big weight, 4751.
Paul with Teton and Eustace to combine to win race number 8 with Definitive. And the last race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night reads this way. Class 3 over the 1200. Kaholo Angel comes back from the 1400. 7 weeks between runs for View of the World, Beauty Infinity, Romantic Sun, Happy Fat Cat, Find My Love are all last start winners. We've got King Miles, the tongue tie on. First time around Happy Valley for him. And Tyre Victory also wears a tongue tie for the first time, and the race led Paul by Happy Fat Cat.
Have to work to get there though. He's drawn wide, but look, he's been jumping like a toff recently, so I think he can get across and lead. Victory Sky can get that perfect run just in behind. Beauty Infinity, he's a last start winner. Romantic Sun, another one with a wide draw. Find My Love, again, he's drawn wide. Both these horses will be looking for some places to slot in. King of Fighters was a beaten odds-on favourite last time, or he was pretty short in the market. Hollow Angel, View of the World comes in after a break, and King Miles has drawn 12. Might have to go back.
David Hayes trains Romantic Sun, and here is David with Nick.
David Hayes, we're going to Happy Valley on Wednesday night, of course, and in the last race you've got Romantic Sun, a horse with a special name, and it was a nice win last time.
A really gutsy win, wasn't it? He was under extreme pressure and got his head out to win, which was great. I think he's improved from the run. The gate's very tricky. Harry will have to be at his best, but he's certainly improved as far as I can see.
And that looks evident through his trial. I know it's only trials form per se, but he did manage to get his head in front of a pretty fast one who's won at the weekend in Fast Network, so the trial looked good.
Yeah, the trial looked really good, and I agree, Fast Network was breathtaking on the weekend, so that sets up well for my horse. I don't know if he's a Fast Network, but he looked good that morning trialling against him.
He's got plenty of boot, that's for sure. Form's been boosted, of course, taking on Beauty Infinity again. Obviously, your horse beat him last time. He's actually come out and won, so form's strong.
Yes, very strong, and you always like it when three horses with quality go across together and the form comes out.
It's only his 7th run as well, so I guess the way it's sort of turned out, he's racing some more experienced rivals. You must have plenty more up your sleeve with this horse, might you?
Yeah, he's a lightly raced 4-year-old. We got a little bit off track heading towards the Classic Mile, and we, like Fast Network, we changed directions, and I think it's going to pay dividends towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, and we can't talk without asking about Kying Rising, of course. Again, another superb win on the weekend. How did he pull up, David?
Really well, as usual. Legs are cold and eating the most of all the runners, so he'll just stay in routine, and looking forward to the big race, his last race for the season in 3 weeks.
With a horse like him, I wanted to ask you on the weekend, I mean, the fact he is so good and he's taking all before him, does it get easier or worse, or for a trainer? How do you feel?
I never get too nervous when a horse is $2.50 or $3 favourite, but when they're $1.00, the expectation is very great. And if they're horse races and things go wrong, and I do get a little bit anxious, even though I didn't have many anxious moments this week, even carrying the extra weight.
That is David Hayes after Kying Rising demolished them on the weekend. Happy Fat Cat, Paul. Can this continue? He started the season so-so, then he hit form, and now he's won this race. Extra £8 for it. Just waiting for him to peak, aren't you?
Yeah, I think he has. Look, he got that perfect run into this race behind Youthful Spirits, who dragged him into the race. He came off his back, and look, it was a nice win from him. So, can he do it again? I'm not so sure.
Okay.
I thought the horse running second there's a better chance, actually. King of Fighters.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, he was favourite for that race as well.
He's had 2 starts for 2 seconds over the course and distance. View of the World. We haven't seen him for a little while. Here he is winning back on the 22nd of January. He did disappoint in the start after this, but raced wide. This is what he can do when things go right.
Yeah, he's got a really good turn of foot, this horse, as well. He has won fresh up in the past, has View of the World. He's dropped a lot of weight coming into this, body weight. So, look, he was on the cusp for me. I didn't actually put him in the end, but as you say, he's more than capable on his day. It's just fresh up here, see what he can do.
That is View of the World. And finally, Find My Love was able to win on the class drop last time. So he's got a 1 next to his name, comes back into Class 3. Is he the sort of horse you think might be able to go back-to-back?
Well, he has in the past. He's when he did win his 2 races prior to this one, they were both back-to-back. So he's drawn wide. He's going to be a price, there's no question, because he's back up into Class 3. But he has won twice in Class 3, and both of those wins were off higher ratings. He's found form again now. He might be the forgotten horse in the race from the wide draw, and might get a little bit of a sneaky price about him.
That's what you like, a sneaky price to finish the night for Find My Love.
Yeah, I always like a last start one at a bit of a price, and we'll go with him. Find My Love to beat King of Fighters. Victory Sky's drawn barrier 1. He should get that perfect run in behind. And then the last start winner, Beauty Infinity, although he is at an all-time high rating. 8, 7, 11, 3.
And there it is, all 9 races at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. C+3 course, and the first is at 6:40.